Recording in progress.
All right. Sound like we recording. Sound like we back on point. All right. Greetings, everyone. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. This is part two of Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. And tonight we're speaking on the blindness of Israel. The blindness of Israel. We're speaking on that tonight. And this we're coming out of Isaiah chapter 29, which actually what we got the name for yesterday's broadcast, which is the spirit of deep sleep, which is spirit of deep sleep, which was of last night. But tonight we're actually going into Isaiah 29, and we just shared the first part of it in part one, which is from verse 1 through 8. It talks about Ariel, which was a city that David dwelt, that the people are over and in right now. And the people are over and in, and this is Ariel that the Father is speaking about, saying, woe to unto Ariel, the city where David dwelt, right? So we got so far down into it and understood that what it was, it looked like you want to connect now. YouTube Live. But as I was just about to say, I apologize, everyone. Zoom and Instagram, YouTube Live giving me some problems. So other than that, like I was saying, this is part two of Mikael's Knowledge of Truth, which is the blindness of Israel. So as I was just sharing with you not too long ago, when you read and study and understand that Ariel, which it talks in Isaiah chapter 29, Ariel, the city, is supposed to be in either people or it's the city. It said the city where David dwelt. And you got people in that city who's taking advantage of Israel. They're taking advantage of Israel because when you break down and go into verse 6, and I'm looking at 6 as us going what we're going through today, actually here in America, but anywhere else, but from what I know from where we are. It's verse 6 says, thou shalt be visited of Yah, of hosts, with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire, right? Then it goes verse 7 says, and the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, is the city or either us as a people. Even all that fight against her and her Munion, and that distress her shall be as a dream of a night vision. And this is, to me, when I see it, said be as a dream of a night vision. The stuff that's happening to us as a people. And I use myself as a example not too long ago. When I was in Germany 33 years ago, I had a great time, but now it's just like a memory. It's like a dream. Somewhere I went, had a great time, had a great woman, but it was meant for that time and that moment in time. It was meant for then. Now it wasn't nothing but a dream. That's what I look at. It says it should be as a dream. The end of verse 7 says, shall be as a dream of a night. Then verse 8 says, it shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul has appetite. Then it says, so shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. Mount Zion, which is us, right? So that's all the nations are going to be, because they're going to be thinking this is a dream. For all this right here that's going on today is a dream, because Israel going to take on the earth forever and ever. We're going to be in control, right? And for you who don't know that, just let me give you some understanding real quick. First, let me give you this, and then I'm going to give you how, which being we are going to be a kingdom of priests. First, let's go to Daniel chapter 7. I'm only going to give you two. I'm not going to really give, I'm going to 17 and 18. And it's it right here. Just give me these two verses to show you what's coming. See, right here, these great beasts, verse 17, Daniel 7, verse 17. These great beasts which are four kings, which is really kingdoms. 4 kingdoms, which shall arise out of the earth. These are the 4 kingdoms going to rise out of the earth in this time. Babylon, the Medes and the Persians, the Greek and the Roman Empire, which is where they're at right now. In this time. But then what's going to happen in verse 18? But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. That's the earth. The earth is the Father's footstool, which is his kingdom. And he said, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and forever. This is the reason why I said this reminds me of Revelations 11, the two witnesses, which is Judah and Israel, and all the things going to happen to them as a nation. Then we're going to awaken. Once we awaken, we're going to get caught up to the Creator, which is not going up to heaven in our mind. We're going to get called to the Creator in the mind. We're going to turn to his law. We're going to start keeping this law. And then what's going to happen after that? Then we're going to end up being, as it says over here, which I was going to come back to. Then we're going to be Exodus chapter 19. Exodus chapter 19, verse 5 and 6 states, now therefore, if ye will obey my voice, this is how I'm going to get called up by the Creator. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people of above all people, for all the earth is mine. See that? All the earth is the Creator's. 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. What did it say over here in Daniel? But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Let me finish up over here in 6. In Exodus 6. Exodus 19 and 6, that is. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. This is talking about us. That's why I said over here in 29, when it talks about this right here, all these other nations going to be as a man, verse 8, shall be even as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth. See, all these people is dreaming right now. All these nations is in a dream right now. They are in power. They are taking the head. They're taking out. They are in control right now. But we just read what's supposed to happen. And behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul has appetite. The key is, so shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion, which against Israel. Now let's go into the blindness of Israel. See, 1 through 8 was pertaining to one point of view that the Father wanted us to see. Now we get ready to go from 9 to 16. And then we're going to understand the redemption. He's going to redeem Israel from verse 17 through 24. See, you got to understand, this is prophecy. This is information when he's giving you scenarios, or should we say metaphors or examples. That's what the Creator do. He give you these different things, no different than the Jesus in the New Testament gave you metaphors or parables, whatever. He giving the same thing right here, but he's telling you what he's going to do. So, now, in verse 9, it says, the blindness of Israel, according to my book. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. Yea, they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. This is our people that he's talking about. This is Israel now. Now he's talking about us. For Yah has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. That's us. See, all this thing that from 1 through 8, these things happen to them because what the Creator did to us. He's showing what he's doing to us right now from 9 to 16. This is what he did to us. This is the blindness of Israel now. From 9 through 16 is what the Creator did to Israel. Why? Because we didn't keep the law. But what happened over here? He still said, woe unto all the nations that did the stuff they did to us. Why? Because we're the apple of the Creator's eye. He loves us, but in our demise, in our death, this is what happened to us. So what happened in verse 9, it says, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. Yet they are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. That's us as a people. Verse 10, for Yah has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers has he covered. See, this is talking about us now. Our prophets, our rulers, and the seers, he covered them all. He covered you blind. Verse 11, and the vision of all the prophets, the vision of all, the vision of the prophecies is become, the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book. How many people read this? They're reading and have no understanding. We got one brother still trying to say 24 hours is a day when the Father clearly states that the evening and the morning is a day. The evening is the noon point of day, which is what we call noon, but it's the evening point of the scale, which is when the sun go up to its highest point, that's the even. Then it's coming down on the other point of the day. The even is at the highest point of the day, then it starts to fall. That's why it says at even. At even. On the ninth day at even. The ninth day at even, ye shall start your fast. At even. That's what we call atonement. They say Day of Atonement in English, but it's Yom Kippur. Yom, meaning a specific point in time. Meaning it's from even, which is the half a day, from even until night. And then you got a full night. Then you got a full day to the end of even. From even to even, which is really from even to the end of even, which is night, the following day means the next day, that night after that day is when you're supposed to fast. So it's really, it's a cycle and a half. A cycle is 24, what we call 24 hours, but a cycle is a full night, a full day, and half a day, which is noon, which is even. Now that's only for Day of Atonement. What does it say about Passover? At even the 14th day, ye shall kill the Passover. At even, noon, or what we call noon. But at even, you shall kill the Passover. Not before, not in the morning, but at even. And then you should dress it. Do y'all know what you got to do to a Passover to dress it? Really undress it? You got to cut all the skin or the hide off after you kill it. You got to kill it halal style. You can't supposed to be killing it with adrenaline in it. And then, no, it ain't supposed to happen for the animals. You're supposed to be able to slice his throat, let him die nice and slow. And when he died, you just lay it down. And then you turn him upside down. Some people are so harsh, they're like the beast of the earth. They're the beast of the earth. These Caucasians, they just throw you in there. They throw them in there live. They just don't care. They're harsh and they're criminal amongst these animals. But hey, let's get back to the story. I just give you understanding. But yet still the Passover, before we get back to that story, halal style. They pass, you hang them upside down, drain that artery, undress it, then you roast it with all this pertinence in it. So you know that's going to take some time. Some people roast it fast. You're supposed to roast it with all this pertinence in it, with all this, I don't want to say guts and stuff, but all this stuff in it is, I don't want to say ligaments and stuff, but with this insides, and then you eat it in the night. See what I'm saying? From noon, take his life, undress it, roast it, and at night you're supposed to eat it. You're supposed to have the Passover at night. And then before the breaking of day, it's supposed to be burnt. Nothing should be left till the morning. You got to burn it. You ain't supposed to eat it the next day. The Father gives you understanding if you're willing to listen and accept his way. But what does it say over here in the blindness of Israel? I'm going to give it to you. I just gave you an example. 2 examples of 2 high holy days that the Creator said keep. And how to keep it. Starting at even, which is supposed to be what we call noon. But what happens over here in verse 10? For Yah has poured out a spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, has he covered. 11. And the vision of all of all the visions that he has given to the prophets, people can't see because they ain't even keeping it correctly. The vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. But you ain't trying to learn because the day is at hand right now. You're supposed to be learning this information. 12. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. You ain't trying to learn because you too busy trying to make that money, the almighty dollar. You ain't trying to study. You ain't trying to seek what the Father's word is. But what 13 say? Wherefore Yah said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, I say, oh, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Oh, boy. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. Wherefore Yah said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. How many people out here saying, oh, it's 24 hours in a day? It ain't no 24 hours in a day. It's 24 hours according to man's time schedule. So like I shared, 9 o'clock last night would be the same way it was 2 months ago. 9 o'clock in the evening, 9 o'clock the same time would be today. And the 12 o'clock would be 12 o'clock every day the same time. And when the sun go down and be so, we wouldn't have to do no daylight saving time. We wouldn't have to do no fall or daylight when you have to move the clock up an hour or move the clock back an hour. You won't have to do that. It says they shall in Daniel chapter 7, verse 23, 25, they shall think to change laws and time. They should think to do that, but you done fell into it. You fell right into it. Why? Because the rest of this, what the rest of this say? And their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men. 14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work, as I shared in part 1. Exodus chapter 34, verse 10, say the exact same thing. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. You see that? The wise men and the prudent men ain't going to have no understanding. The ones that we think wise today, oh, he's a good preacher. He's a Hebrew Israelite. He know the word, but he don't really know it because what the Creator just said. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, the wisdom. They took that wisdom and used it for man's time instead of the Creator's time. Shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. They don't have no understanding. Because understanding will keep thee. I'm giving you understanding, but the people look at me, just like it's going to say over here in a few moments. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yah. And a lot of people do that. And how they trying to hide it from Yah? The Yah servants. I'm a servant of Yah. I'm giving you understanding, but you're going to try to hide it and say something else and try to make me look like I'm wrong when I'm showing you what the Creator said. You're going to try to go with man's time to 24-hour clock time, and I'm giving you the Creator's time, night and day, for signs, seasons, days, and years. High holy days. All these things has a certain portion. And the Father never gave you a 24-hour clock. He gave you evening and morning. Even and morning is a day. That's it. Now, throughout the book, you get other stuff that's written to have understanding in order to be understood for what's being said because of who wrote the book. Understand, but the Creator didn't make it that way in the beginning, in the Bereshith, as they call it. In the beginning, he showed and told you exactly what it was. As you went into the book, you started to see things different. No different than Matthew chapter 4. When Yeshua, the prophet of the New Testament, when he came, he told you it has been written. He gave you the scriptures 3 times. It has been written. What the Father said. But what happened when you get over in chapter 5? You have heard of old time, but I say unto you. See the difference? See the difference? You have heard of old time, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, who is you to go against the Creator's word? The blindness of Israel. They blind. You can't see. You need to wear sunglasses like DMC, as they say. But let's keep it moving. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yah, and their works are in the dark, thinking they hide something. And that's not just that. It's on other situations and information too. And they say, who sees us? And who knoweth us? Right? 16. Surely your turning of things upside down. This is what I'm talking about. They're turning things upside down. Everybody think a new day starts in the middle of the night. Father said day is evening and morning. And morning, not till morning. Evening, which is what we call noon, and the morning, which starts down here with the rising of the sun. The evening, which is the going down of the sun. It says the evening and the morning is a day. The evening and the morning is a day. The evening and the morning is 2 daylight periods. After that, you get darkness. Now you're turning it upside down. Well, we got 12 hours a day and 12 hours a night. No, you don't, because you did, it'll be the same time all the way around. Oh, but we just got the equinox. That's the Father's nature way of doing it. That's why I say signs, seasons, days, and years. The Father set it up like that. Understanding will keep thee. 16 again. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he has no understanding? That's people trying to tell me I don't have no understanding. You know how many people trying to tell me that I don't have no understanding because I'm not going with the masses. I'm a different kind of man. Yep. Why I'm a different kind of man? Because I follow the word of Yah. Now, I'm not saying I know it 100%. I never told you or said that. And I don't think I'm no better than nobody else or anybody else. But I stand on what I know that I've come to know to be factual. I stand on that. And I'm giving it to you as I'm sharing it to you. Now, let's go on into the redemption of Israel. Verse 17, the redemption of Israel, according to my book, my notes here, or my heading. 17, is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field? You see that? You see that? Over here it said, woe unto Ariel. But over here it's talking about Lebanon being turned into a fruitful field. Again, this is the redemption of Israel. He's redeeming. Is it not yet a very little while? So it means that it's time coming. To the Creator, it's a very little while. To us, it seems like a lifetime. Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest? You see that? It's a field, which is soon to be a forest. That means in the process of time. Do you have understanding? Process of time. The field going to be a forest. That means in the process of time, all the nations and the people that's ahead of us, they're going to fall off, and we're going to be the forest with understanding. Again, 17. Is it not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field? Fruitful field. And the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. 18. And in that day shall the deep hear. Here we go. This is for y'all that's listening. This is what I wanted to share with y'all last night. But I said, no, I'm going to save this for tonight. I wanted to share this last night. But I said, no, I'm going to save this for Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. And in that day, verse 18, and in that day shall the deep hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. You see what I'm talking about? See, over here, this is pertaining to 11 and 12. And the vision of all is become unto you as the word of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he says, I am not learned. And what it's saying over here, 18. And in that day shall the deep hear the words of the book. See, which I'm giving it to you right now. Shall the deep hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. I was sharing with you last night. We in that day and time. I have my brother, I'm glad you're back, my brother Craig. He confirmed last night when it says, arise, shine. I said, bro, you remember? He said, I remember they used to call my father that, or my grandfather. He said his father was grandfather. Used to call him Shine. I said he used to call us Shine back in the days of Jim Crow or slavery. They used to call us Shine. It doesn't say arise and shine. It says arise, shine. Let me see what my brother's saying. We all should be following the word of Yahweh. Exactly. We all should be following the word of Yah. It's happening as you speak. Exactly, my brother. It sure is. It's happening right now as I'm speaking, and we all are growing. But it's individually. It's not as a nation. We're going to rise and come as a nation, but as we grow individually, we're going to start to rise and start to build, and we're going to share and build and teach each other. That's why I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12 and Revelations 12. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. And there we go. All right. Verse 19. The meek also shall increase in their joy. You see that? The meek also shall increase. See, what did you say? What did you just say over here? The redemption of, he's redeeming us. He's doing it through his servants. I almost said prophets. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, but I'm a servant. And that's how he's going to redeem you through your servant, because he's going to give you his word where you can see and understand and hear. The meek also shall increase in their joy in Yah, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. The poor men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, to nothing. For the terrible one is brought to nothing, naught. All the stuff he been doing, he gone. Time for him to go. 20 again. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed. The scorners. All you scorners out there. And all that watch for iniquity are cut off. All y'all that's watching for iniquity, ignorance, y'all gonna be cut off. 21. That make a man an offender of a word, like they try to do with me. That make a man an offender for a word, shall I say. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. See, they're laying snares for me. They try to tell me that I can't see, and try to tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You this and you that. And I'm trying to give you the understanding, and you trying to go with another brother did that last week. Trying to tell me that evening is the, man, but we agreeing on the same. I said, we ain't agreeing on the same thing, bro. You keep saying evening is night. It's not night. No, bro, this is what it means, and this and that. I said, they ain't saying the same thing, bro. And he left. He mad. But that's still in the vision that I had. I had a vision that it was being people that's going to walk off because they wouldn't understand what I'm saying. But I turned around, and it was many that came and started listening. Many, not a few, many came, and they started to listen, and they started to hear. And it was droves. I've seen a lot of them on the schoolyard, listening and getting the understanding. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. 21. Isaiah 29 and 21. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. They turn aside the just for a thing of naught, for something else that don't mean nothing. That clock time don't mean nothing compared to the creative sun is in the sky as it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be. It even says over here, I'm going to hold this for a second. Oh, shoot, I dropped it. Yeah, I can find, okay, good. Get you right. My finger is feeling it. Right over here in Jeremiah chapter 31, 35, 36, and 37. This is what I'm trying to give you an understanding. 35, Jeremiah 31, verse 35. Thus saith Yah, which giveth the sun for a light by day. You see, it keeps saying day. Thus saith Yah, this is Jeremiah 31, 35, 31, verse 35, 36, and 37. Thus saith Yah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the moon and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yah of hosts is his name. 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, what ordinance? The sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and stars for a light by night. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yah, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation from before me forever. And that can't happen because that's true. He can't do what he said about Israel being the saints and been keeping the earth forever and ever. So you can see that that's a lie. That ain't going to happen. 37. Thus saith Yah, if heaven above can be measured and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yah. Now this brother was telling me last week, oh, the earth is so much so long and this, that. And how you know that? Oh, we just counted by the time and by the... That ain't the right time, bro. If you saying that you know how, you just said the Creator is a lie. The Creator don't know what he's talking about. This brother tried to argue me down. I can't say what he know and don't know in the scriptures, but he tried to argue me down about something he had no understanding. And I said, bro, have you, did you do the research and find that out? Oh, no. Oh, but it says we go by, we who? Who you going by with what? Who told you that? I know these Muslims trying to tell you how far the earth is and stuff. How you going to try to say something that you ain't measured yourself? You going by hypothetical. You hypothetically thinking what you want to think. People too smart for their own good. But let's keep it moving. 21. Isaiah 29:21. That maketh a man an offerer, offender of a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. 22. Therefore, thus saith Yah. You better watch it. You better watch it. Therefore, thus saith Yah, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob, which is Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed. See, he's telling them we should be ashamed. Dead Israel, that is. Because dead Israel is Jacob. Then you got Israel, who is alive and is building and growing, that know who they are. Excuse me. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. Now you get scared. But when he seeth his children, the work of mine hand, you see that where we at today. This is the Creator's hand putting his hand upon us. But when he seeth the children, his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the Yah of Israel. Why? Because we're going to wake up and we're learning and doing and turning back to the Creator's word as it says and as we should. 23 one more time. But when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the Yah of Israel. 24 and last verse. They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn. It says doctrine, I'm going to say law. See, they got doctrine in here. It's law. The Father never gave a doctrine. He gave his law. But they got doctrine in here. Got to put things in order. They also that erred in spirit. See, how many people err in the spirit now? They also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding. And they that murmured shall learn law. I'm going to leave it at that. I ain't going to say doctrine, even though doctrine is there. But I'm going to leave it where it's at. They're going to learn law. Because that's the words, that's the Father's word. That's the Father's law. His commandments, his law, his statutes, his judgment. All that's law of the Father. We just got to get on board with the Father instead of with man's time. Not only with man's time, with man's way of thinking. Got to get out of religion. Got to get out of worshiping the man. I don't care what man it is. I don't care if it's Jesus, Yeshua, Muhammad, Emmanuel, Buddha, the gods of Egypt and the gods of Samaria and all these other guys out here. Whatever it is, learning law is your key, our key. Once we do that, we're going to get our power back. But the Father's waiting on us. His arms is stretched out still. His arms stretched out still. He's waiting on us. He got eternity. It's up to us to turn to him. He's waiting on us. I done already turned. I know what I know what. I ain't saying I believe. I know what I know. I ain't saying I know it all. But what I know, I stand on, and I know what I know. So all I can say is that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you living in the new, excuse me, this is for you. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. And Sister Julia, is there anything you'd like to say before I smile us out? You might be asleep, you might be listening, but I just want to check and see. Going once, going twice. I'm just glad you're here. Thank you for joining us tonight. My brother Nitty, he always come and he always leave. I don't think he's down with the scriptures, but hey, the scriptures is the bottom line. But other than that, we're going to smile our way out and we're going to call it a night until the Sabbath. And then don't forget what's coming. September, for those who decide to want to be a part. This is going to be Zoom only. We ain't going to be opening up we ain't going to open up Facebook, Instagram, and nothing else. It's going to be Zoom only in September on the 2nd. Introductory to Solving Class of Knowledge. But other than that, Shema Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad, Baruch Shekebo, Vakuto, Yolam, Vahid, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father, for reading on your word. Thank you for your presence. And thank you for being with us to allow us to know, deal, and build with your word to the people of the world today that come to hear this later on or that was here at this time. We thank you, praise you, and bless you for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We love you. We praise you. Hallelujah. 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 Praise you, Almighty. Now, for anybody that can get in contact with me, you can always call me or text me at 770-572-5315. 770-572-5315. Greg, Rob Craig, peace out, my bro. I love you, man. I thank you for coming through. Wish you came on Zoom, but I'm glad you came through anyway. But other than that, as I was saying, that's 770-572-5315. That's that if you like to call me or text me. And you can also email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. Also, Mhm. Also, if you'd like to connect with me on X, which is X, which used to be Twitter, X Twitter, or on my YouTube, you can go to Juice Pro 33. That's JUICE PRO 33. Um, for X, which is used to call Twitter, and also for my YouTube. And also, if you'd like to catch me on TikTok or Instagram, my TikTok or Instagram is LKHYYM underscore the juice, which is LKHYYM underscore THEJUICE. And my other TikTok is Michael the Juice Harris, which is MichaelTheJuiceHarris. Michael the Juice Harris, condensed together with the at sign in the front. That's my other TikTok. You can also catch me on Facebook. My Facebook is Mikael Harris, which is MICHAEL space HARRIS. That's Mikael Harris again at, excuse me, MICHAEL space HARRIS. Also, now you can catch me on my full video on YouTube under video, which is, I gave you YouTube, Juice Pro 33. But you can also catch me on Rumble and Patreon. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. Rumble.com/LKHYYM. And also patreon.com/LKHYYM. That's patreon.com/LKHYYM. Now, if you'd like to know my platforms, the platform with my YouTube that you can get on and come on and check me out. And the days I be on is on Sunday, what they call Sunday, at 9 p.m. They call Sunday 9 p.m. That's really Monday at 9 p.m. Or shall I say the second day at 9 p.m. Truthfully. But so we're going with the Gregorian calendar again. With the Gregorian calendar is Sunday, is the Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And that's Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. We have open conversation tonight. If you're willing to come, you're welcome to come. Now on Monday, like tonight, the night after Monday, like tonight, night after Monday, which is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Mikael's Knowledge of Truth on Monday nights at 9 p.m. That's 9 p.m. Night after Monday, actually, at 9 p.m. That's that. And then on the Sabbath, which is the Assembly of the Righteous, we're here at even. We're here at even, which is noonday on the Sabbath, for uh, um, for Assembly of the Righteous. That's noonday even. But don't forget what's coming in September is Solving Class of Knowledge on Zoom only. And I have to know you, and you're going to have to sign an NDA as well. So that's more, and it's on the private side. Other than that, that's going to be on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. at that time. I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. And my sister Julia, we're going to let you go first. I love you, sis. And I guess Joanne will be waiting for your call. She back there. Huh? You have a good night, Sister Julia.
Have a good night.
All right, be sweet. Shalom, shalom.
Recording stopped.
I hope I record that on my or which cause we'll see. Mm, mm, mm. Oh boy. I'll create that for him to get it. You're gonna have to send that to me. First time I did that, and I'm not doing that again. Oh boy, so I gave him that on well, he gonna have to send that to me. Mm, mm, mm. Dang. I hope that's on my cloud. I gotta get that. So other than that, I thank y'all for y'all time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye, and hopefully I got that on. Hopefully I got it. I know I got it on my Instagram and my that's the reason why I need my lives. I had it on cloud, and I think my cloud is full, but we have to see what happens. Other than that, I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. We're gonna say bye to you, Instagram. Love you, appreciate you, appreciate love you, and always. Peace. Glad I decided to do that on there instead of Facebook. Because Facebook, it was just being there for a moment and gone. So, other than that, over here on YouTube, I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening there, and your seeing eye. Appreciate, love you, and always. Peace.